What is going on, everybody? We're here, we're live, and we'll stay that way as long as StreamYards cooperates. Jay was having problems the other day. Jeremy and Beardo were having problems. Gary was having problems. I haven't had any problems yet, so maybe I'm the good luck charm. How's it going, Jay?
Maybe. Hey, I just want to let you know, yesterday made it out to the Strawberry Festival. I got rained on. It started pouring rain, but I actually did have a great time. So for what it's worth, I haven't been to one of those carnies in a long time, and I got some carnival food, and I was sitting down in the rain, and all the carnies, is that what you call them? People that work on carnivals?
Well,
They all were.
so hold on. Describe this place. Like, what is there? If you're talking about there's like games and you walk by, you got to throw a ball. And like
Yeah, they
knock
had
over a bunch of
that.
milk jugs.
So they
like
had
games like that.
tons of food,
Okay.
like corn dogs and all that stuff. Then they had like those makeshift rides. You buy a bracelet and you can go ride like Ferris wheel and
Okay.
walk through little mazes where the like the floor moves, like just carnival stuff. And all that was there. Then they had a giant like strawberry celebration where you can get and it was really cheap. It was like $15 to get in and all that stuff. But it started to rain. But I had lunch with a lot of the people that do this for a living. Like they tear down those you could throw a dart, you could shoot a BB gun, those things.
Okay, yeah, I would qualify those as carnies then. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was sitting down and just shooting the breeze. It's like, man, what would life be like as a carny where they travel all year long? They just go throughout for like the ones that we were talking to, like, we just kind of stay in Florida. We'll do this festival, then we'll do the next one. And they only get paid if people play their games, right? That's pretty much how they make their money. So they spent their life savings on like a basketball throw and plushies, and they just hope that someone would show up with a couple bucks and not win and play their game. And yet they travel. They only get like the month of November to go back and settle down in their Winnebago, and then it's off because big Christmas carnivals and stuff. And it's like they all smoke cigarettes. They all have like the same tattoos. And it's just like, you think you could do that life, Ryan? Think you could be a carny, just like be miserable, eat carnival food, some street corn, build your little roller coaster, hope to God somebody shows up with tickets and rides it so you can make a little bit of money and then sleep, in your little RV. Moving
Look,
on to the next one.
I think it takes. They have stronger will than I do, because if I lived that way, I would have killed myself already. So I respect the will that it takes to carry on and live that type of life, the life of a carny. That's why they're constantly chain smoking. That's why they're getting drunk every night, because that's the way you deal with that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what they said. Like the cheapest game to have is those baseballs, and you throw it and you try to break the beer bottles, because all they're doing is setting up a shelf and they get baseballs wherever, and they drink beer all night so they can have the bottles ready for you to throw at them the next day. Easiest game. I did not participate in any of the games because they all look a little.
So you just sat there and listened to their misery and you didn't give them a dime?
Yeah, I bought some food. That's about it.
Well, that's the way you got to do it. What was the strawberry part of the festival like, though? Like, what, you just fucking shovel strawberries in your mouth?
Yeah, so like they do like this presentation on how strawberries were part of the plant city culture, and they had like the inside part where it wasn't raining. You walk in there and they have all these strawberries for sale. You could buy strawberry bushes. They had strawberry shortcake for a couple dollars. And everybody was dressed up like giant strawberries walking around. They even had They had people or maybe they were animatronics and giant strawberries singing and dancing for everyone to celebrate. So it was a hootenanny of a time. That's all I have to say. It was quite something. But everyone seemed to be having a good time. A lot of people were eating a lot of food. There's a lot of big people in Central Florida, especially around that Polk County area. It's a little bit like Alabama there. So, and a lot of people on scooters, but it was an outdoor event. When the rain hit, it's like muddy, nasty, just gross. But
I can't say that I understand the appeal nor the reason why a strawberry festival happened, but I'm glad everybody, including yourself, had a great time despite the rain.
Plant City, that's where it was at Plant City.
Plant City. That
They
makes
had
sense.
Leonard Skinner playing that night. I didn't stay for the concert, but freaking Leonard Skinner was there.
Shadow saying for 737 hashtag bring back Happy J.
You know what? I got to tell you, I don't know, man. I'm actually, the more I'm hanging out with Ryan and understand his philosophies on life and how he thinks about people and thinks about the world, it's actually having an effect on me. So I'm starting to appreciate exactly what he's dealing with and going through. And the world looks different now. So, yeah.
I'm bringing people down. That's what I do. I bring people down with me.
Just piss off. That's all I got to say.
That's right. That's right.
Thanks for
He's going to be telling you to fuck off.
Yeah.
Then we know we'll have him. Stephen De Leon, Daredevil Reborn is garbage. Shout out West Texas. Thank you, Stephen De Leon.
I didn't even watch it yet. I had to wait for it to appear on the Black Pearl, if you know what I mean. So
yeah. Empty-headed for 199. I agree with Josh. Please bring Jay back.
What am I doing?
I don't know. Look, this dude just sat here and told you he went to a fucking strawberry festival.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more like you want him back. I feel like that's a pretty Jay thing to do.
Yeah.
Go to a strawberry festival, sit around with a bunch of fat people in scooters, shoveling food in their mouths, talking to carnies about their lives. I feel like that's a Jay thing. So I think you got him back, guys.
At least for a day.
Keenan Andanu for 22 months, who doesn't give a fuck about seeing me anytime we go anywhere. All he cares about is seeing Krista. Did you watch the show VR Troopers? No.
VR Troopers? No, I haven't.
Jay, you got to teach G&G how to properly play Among Us, says Blue Shell Draw 4. Mike has used the same tactics every stream and they never vote him out. Either that or it's a meme they hold on to. Either way, it's insane.
I don't think I was very missed. Me and Ryan missed on the gaming stream? Y'all had a good time, right? I heard they played Among Us. I was replaced with I don't know. I mean, Mike just win every game? I don't know.
One of the problems with that is that people are going to vote based on who they don't like or think is cheating, not necessarily how the game's being played. So, like, I don't know. Maybe people think Mike's trustworthy, or at least half of him is. I don't know. Maybe they're
afraid to vote for him because he's a minority.
That's true. It's Jeremy's DEI instructions.
Exactly.
Jeremy. Keenan Andanu. Did you watch the movie Slackers?
Man, a long time ago.
I feel like I've seen Slackers at some point. Yeah, but it's been a long time, Keenan. Shadow Lion for 2 pounds. Josh about to begin his villain arc. Yes.
That's what we're change my name to Josh. I'm okay with it.
The Trill is for 199. Happy J died when the green screen went up. You when it went down?
You went down. Yeah.
Taker for $2. Jay, how did pirates shit at sea?
They used the poop deck.
I feel like they just shit in a bucket and then chuck it overboard.
It's in the front. It's in the head. That's why they call I'm going to go use the head. So they went to the front of the ship. And they had to hold on for dear life that a giant wave didn't knock them off while they're trying to use the restroom.
Yeah, but that one room probably just had a bucket they shit in, right?
No. It's open. So it's like you hold on to like squares and it just falls down in the water in the front.
There you go. That works.
Yeah.
That works, I guess.
That's why the old term, like, gotta go hit the head. Like, that's where it came from. Now, if it was like stormy, I'm sure they just went in a bucket and dumped it overboard. So,
B. Barrett for $2. The First Amendment is great. Whether you're a retard from Alabama or a leftist clown holding up ping paddles, you can say whatever stupid shit you want and everyone else gets to roast them.
So
Very
far.
true, B. Barrett. Cameron Couch for $10. This must be the TikTok Domino's pizza thing I heard about. Medium pan crust, extra cheese, remove tomato sauce, add extra garlic parm sauce, Philly steak, bacon, add cheddar cheese blend. Use the $9.99 any pizza coupon. TikTok Domino's Pizza. Try it. Man, I'm fat.
Wait, what was that? No tomato sauce?
Yeah, so it's take the tomato sauce off and they got a couple different sauce options you have. So remove the tomato sauce, add the extra garlic Parmesan sauce.
Okay.
I think that's what he's saying there. Medium pan crust, extra cheese, remove tomato sauce, add extra garlic parm sauce, Philly steak, bacon, add cheddar cheese blend. Use the $9.99 any pizza coupon from Domino's.
That is a heart attack waiting to happen. Enjoy.
I mean, to be honest, I feel like I'd rather just have a normal ass pepperoni pizza than that. I don't know if there's many things I could do to improve just a straight up pepperoni pizza. That is my favorite food on earth. That is the food that I would want if I was on death row and was about to die the next day. I'd want pepperoni pizza. So,
you know, it's I like pepperoni with extra cheese. Speaking of the Strawberry Festival, the last thing I mentioned, there was a food truck that was called Smitty's Corn Dogs. Maybe someone in the chat has heard of them. I don't know why. They had a line longer. There was literally other food trucks next to them that sold corn dogs. But for some reason, Smitty's buttermilk covered corn dogs was the name. Was they had a line in the pouring rain. People were buying like 3 or 4 at a time. I don't understand. I stood there watching, and I was like, I feel like I should get in line and buy one just because, but I didn't because I didn't want to stand in the rain. But it was I couldn't believe it. So is anyone in the chat understand why that Smitty's buttermilk corn dogs is that like a famous thing? And that's why people had to have them? It on the video that I'm making for the travel channel, it is just you wouldn't believe the line was like it was outside, so there's nothing to wrap it around with, but it just covered. There was literally 2 places right next door to this food truck that had big signs that says we have corn dogs too, and no one wanted theirs. They wanted Smitty's. So I never heard
try
of it.
it.
No, I didn't wait in line. I didn't want to wait in line for it. It was like freaking long. I'd rather go. I would probably eat something a little less important if there was no line. I didn't have to deal with people. That's the Ryan way. Don't want to deal with people.
There's a cutoff, yeah.
So
it's like if the line's 5 minutes or 10 minutes, so maybe 10 minutes. That's a long time. But yeah,
wait, Blue Shell, you were there? Hold on, sorry, I didn't mean to highlight that. You were there? Did you not? Did you? What the heck? Yeah, Smitty's corn dog line was insane. I went for the alligator bites instead. I guess people really like buttermilk corn dogs or something. Bro, you should have emailed me. I would have loved to have hung out with somebody when I was there.
Other than the Carneys, you mean?
Yeah.
It's more
did
fuel
make my
for
life
the Carneys feel worthless. There you go.
It did make my life feel better. Listening to him talk, I was like, yeah, this guy was like, I've been doing this for 26 years. And it's just like, it's the same old thing. Some days are better than others. So I was like,
that's the life, man. That's the life. Sir Paladin Thundercake for 5. Rachel Schmegma, the Sid Sloth, still a bigot. Well, we can talk about far more attractive women like Abby from Last of Us Part 2 if you want. Because Jay, you remember all the hubbub over Last of Us Part 2, don't you?
That's when Joel was killed with a golf club.
Yeah.
And then apparently a transgender took over and you had to play as the killer or something like that. I never played the game.
Not exactly the case, but it has been 5 years since The Last of Us Part 2 came out, and 5 years since all the drama that really destroyed Naughty Dog's reputation when they decided to lie about The Last of Us Part 2 to get people to buy the game, when they decided to illegal copyright strike channels like mine, like Geeks and Gamers, like several others for simply talking about the leaks that were out there about this game because they knew if people knew what the game was, how they disrespected Joel, how they lied to everybody about the game, how you'd have to play as Abby, the beast that looks like Brock Lesnar, that no one would buy it. So, of course, they ran as much damage control as they possibly could. Well, now here we are, years later, after Neil Druckmann, the cuck who runs Naughty Dog, promised a Last of Us multiplayer game factions that didn't happen, that didn't come to fruition, that has since been canceled, and promised fans another entry into the series after they were so disappointed with Part 2. I guess he's saying now that was a lie as well. Don't bet on The Last of Us Part 3, says Neil Druckmann. It sounds like Naughty Dog is ready to move on. And this is, of course, the reason this even came up was for an interview because they're still doing the Last of Us TV series, which is now stepping into season 2, which is already probably going to be a nightmare. People have talked about how the casting doesn't really look like Abby from the game because, spoiler alert, there's not very many women in the world that look like Abby from the game. Abby's more muscular in the Last of Us Part 2 video game than Caitlin Denver is on season 2. With the violence markedly cut down from the game, yay, the HBO showrunners say the need for Abby to be so physically imposing wasn't as critical. Caitlin Denver wanted to work with us. We wanted to work with her. It's not worth passing it up to continue a search that might never bear fruit to find someone that matches the physicality. Yeah, it's almost like there's not very many women, even who dedicate their entire lives to looking like that end up looking like that, let alone in a post-apocalyptic universe. But anyway, they asked about the future of the video game franchise. When will we see Last of Us Part 3? I was waiting for this question, Druckmann said, apparently sighing at the mere mention of a hypothetical Last of Us Part 3. I guess the only thing I would say is don't bet on there being more Last of Us. This could be it. Which, it's crazy because this guy was just hyping up this game not that long ago. He was just promising Naughty Dog fans, don't worry, Last of Us fans, we're still working on something for you guys, before canceling their multiplayer game. And now apparently canceling Part 3. But honestly, you already cut your audience in half. Sales expectations for Last of Us Part 2 were very big, and they were very disappointing. Go ahead.
I don't think it's on the screen. Really? I was trying to check it. Is the screen blank? Can't see it. People in the chat are saying they can't see it. So it has affected Ryan now. It has come full circle. The StreamYard, I didn't mean to cut you. You were on a roll. That is correct. This is
You haven't seen any of this?
Here we go right here. This is what I'm going to share my screen. This is what people are seeing right here. So I was a little bit behind, so that's why I didn't notice it till just now. But yeah, scrolling back, none of it came up. None of it. So now I will keep
the Geeks and Gamers account. I haven't had any problems on my account.
I will keep this up so I can make sure that I didn't last that long again. So that is on me. I was actually behind, and then I saw the chat going, Jay, wake up. And I was like, oh, shoot.
So, what are we supposed to do if I can't show these things to you guys?
So here's the thing. Here's the little trick. So pull it up again. And can you pull it up one more time? We might have to start over. All right. You pull it up again. And then I heard if you just play something, it'll automatically. All right. It's blank now, but I'm going to play this.
This is not okay. It's just not.
So then after playing that, it's supposed to. Oh, you played Sydney Sweeney. I accidentally hit something. Yeah, now it's up. Now it's working. I should have played Sydney Sweeney. I apologize. I didn't find it fast enough.
All right. When Danky goes back through this, he can just take a screenshot of this and put it up there. A screenshot of this and put it up there. A screenshot of this and put it up there. And then this is where we'll start again, Jay. We'll re-rack this thing. And just as some people have said, Legacy Killer, I swear to God, he was just hyping up a third game because he was. And this is what Neil Druckmann has done since the very beginning. He lies to everyone about these games. He lies about what he does. He lies about what they insert into them because they're reliant on that reputation to sell those games. Last of Us Part 2 had high expectations for sales numbers, ended up being a massive disappointment. So much so that it quite literally killed the fucking franchise. And I don't know when this happened. I don't know why this happened, but because of this story, I went to Neil Druckmann's Twitter account.
Locked his replies, huh? Or locked his account.
Not only has he protected his account, he's fucking deleted basically his entire Twitter history.
Whoa.
He's deleted his entire Twitter history other than blast off. Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet is our next big thing. Of course, that got completely and totally annihilated because people understand probably what this bullshit is going to be. But yeah, now I don't know if it's because of all the times he promised Last of Us fans this or that, or why he did this. But yes, not only has he protected his account, he's essentially erased everything. Maybe he has some stuff in media. Nope, that's it. He's deleted everything. This dude is such a fucking bitch.
There's something wrong with him. Like, he probably woke up and saw something that he didn't like, and he's like, I've had it with these people. I've given them my soul, and they're not happy. Maybe he's just going to, I don't know, maybe. He's not the type that take his money and run, right? You feel like he's the kind of guy that has to, like, put his messaging type stuff out there for everyone to see. Or maybe now he's going to have a big switch and just go into making TV shows after this next game. I don't think this next game is going to be the hype The Last of Us was. So I could be wrong. Maybe people will enjoy it, but I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it.
He desperately wants to be like a Hollywood celebrity guy.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like, remember him? This is him at the Golden Globes, and where they're standing out there for pictures where they can pose and everything. Nobody fucking took pictures of him. Nobody said his name. Nobody paid attention to him. And he's just standing there like the bitch-made cuck that he is, desperately wishing that he could bend over and take it from Abby. Like, he's just a fucking piece of shit. He destroyed this franchise. And it's going to be interesting to see the way that they go about it in the TV show, because the way the game handled everything, it was met with vitriolic backlash. I think they're going to probably change a lot of things for the TV series, but I don't know. No Last of Us Part 3, though.
I think it would be funny if they totally like changed Joel's story in the TV show, that he doesn't die, that he lives through it. Maybe he just gets beat up, and they just let him live and just totally make everything worse. You know, like they were too cowardly to actually kill him off in the TV series. I don't know. They probably won't do that, but I'd have a good laugh on how stupid these people actually are.
What I think is they're going to switch around the storytelling, because obviously we got so many different flashbacks throughout the game that Naughty Dog literally made fake trailers for, to make it feel like you were on an adventure with Ellie and Joel, when in reality Joel was already dead. And those were just flashback scenes. I think they're going to incorporate some of those earlier on. I think they're going to show you some of Abby's earlier history and story earlier on, so that when that moment happens, you have a better understanding of what Abby feels Joel's role was in this. And then they get to keep Pedro Pascal around for a lot longer, obviously. But man, and all of this is also ignoring the fact that the person they hired to play Ellie looks like she ran into a fucking brick wall multiple times. Like, that is one ugly bitch.
But she's a non-binary, non-gender actor. What is they? What
non-binary, asexual? I don't know what the fuck they are, but listen, there's roles for her out there in Hollywood. It's not as Ellie. She looks distractingly ugly when she's on the scene, and I it's just the reality.
The only way I'm going to watch
face
this
looks
show,
fucked up.
let's just hope Abby is actually a transgender and they switch the story that Pedro falls madly in love with him, her, they, it, whatever. I'm trying to be correct. And, you know, and they just have a good old time. They have a good old time.
Like Caitlin Denver, right, looks more like Ellie than she looks like Abby, but she looks more like Ellie than the actress they have playing Ellie. Whatever. It is what it is. Coming out soon.
Pedro Pascal, he's in absolutely everything. Need a little cleanse. Hey, sorry, that was me. I like got the stream up, so I'm like just keeping an eye on it and making sure everything's good. There you go, chat. I have no interest in. I didn't even finish the first. I didn't even finish the first season.
Yeah,
Didn't really have an interest.
I watched the first episode. I just because I wanted to get a feel for what it was. I actually think that Pedro Pascal gives a really good performance in it. From what I saw. And then I had somebody tell me at one point that I needed to watch kind of the last 20 minutes of the finale. So I looked up that scene and I watched the last 20 minutes of that when Joel is fucking going not psycho, but when he's going like just kill everybody mode in the hospital to save Ellie. I saw that. I thought that was good. But like I actually thought it was like really well done.
No,
a lot of people have had good things to say about the show. I'm not interested in everything that fucking Naughty Dog did, the way they destroyed Last of Us, the way they tried to destroy my channel. They can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, agreed. I do know a lot of people really loved the first game. Like that was like apparently a masterpiece. I have no idea. I never played it.
I think the first game is really good. There's a lot of people that did view it as kind of a masterpiece. I thought it was really, really good. And I liked the, adoptive daughter type of feeling, the found father figure in Joel. I liked the dynamic. I thought it was really good. I don't know if I would have said, oh, one of the best games of all time, but a lot of people did feel that way when it came out. It was pretty highly regarded. But yes. Fuck Naughty Dog. All right. So now we're gonna have, every time we share a screen, we're gonna have to play something. Maybe it'll be Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, I have it up ready. Just let me know, and I'll click it. There you go. I don't think people will mind.
Big Tebow for 2. Polk County, more like Port County.
Pretty much.
Shadow Lion for 2. Josh is Jay's evil persona. Blame Ryan.
Josh, huh?
Darth Maniac. My wee wee is soft like sawdust. It's a strange way to describe it. Even if it was soft, I wouldn't say like sawdust. But
is sawdust soft?
Like, it can be, yeah. But I wouldn't. If my dick was like that, I wouldn't describe it as something that could like fall through your fingers, like sand.
Yeah.
I don't know. Joshua Henderson. People forget Jon Favreau made Mando Season 3, Lion King 2019, and Book of Boba Fett. If you paid attention, his fucking name is in the credits as a producer-director. I don't know what people you're talking about, Joshua. I certainly don't forget any of that. But some, Favreau or Filoni acolytes, I guess, like to pretend because they cried about one fucking scene that, like, I don't know. Maybe that's the case. Lloyd Scorpio, we don't see anything.
Thank you.
It's Deaver, not Denver. Yes, sorry, Caitlin Deaver. Caitlin Deaver, not Denver. It's spelled really close to Denver. So I said it wrong. Andre CR, we can't see Ryan's screen, nor can we see Jay's screen sharing the live stream with Ryan sharing his screen.
Oh, really? You didn't see that? Yes, you did. I had it pulled up. Maybe you didn't.
No, what he's saying is when
I shared, I got it.
And then when you shared, he still couldn't see.
Got it.
You were showing me though. I could see.
Got it.
Callum for 5. At least the voice actors Ashley Johnson and Laura Bailey are safe from more death threats because that was sick. I mean, look, there's a handful of fucking freaks and weirdos out there I honestly don't like. It is what it is. I get that shit, and I'm not in a video game that sold fucking millions and millions of copies. Okay, I'm talking about retarded shit online, and I get shit
death
like that
threats?
sometimes, right? That doesn't make it okay, but it is just a fucking part of being in a big project or
Yeah.
putting your opinion out there or whatever. That's not condoning it or anything like that, but it's a part of reality, and I don't think it should really be taken seriously in any way. So I don't know. When people try to play victim when it comes to that shit, and it's like there's way more low profile people that get that shit too because it's the fucking internet.
Yeah.
Like it's the fucking internet.
Someone was gonna shoot me in Dallas. They didn't get away with it, I guess.
Every time I bring up Muslims, I get another jihad threat. So it is what it is. I hope your 72 versions end up all being men. GJJ, member for 34 months. Hello.
Thanks, brother.
Callum for 5. Cuckman has to find another way to tricks from Anita Sarkeesian.
Are they friends?
Russian Lollipop for 5. Happy Thursday, boys. Ryan, do you think Stargriff will get together again? There's something about Theory's awkwardness that works with you and Mahler. I mean, probably not. But yeah, people seem to enjoy the show. Cody Gray for 2. I can tell you right now if Joel makes it. Ha! Well, there you go. We do have somebody who does some editing work. What's up, Cody? Let me know if you want to.
Please let my prediction be right. Hashtag Jay is right again. I also had another prediction. I said it on this show that Rachel, and we haven't got to there yet, and Gal would not be together during the press release of Snow White.
We're going to get to that story.
Yeah.
We don't know if that's going to be true or not, but we do know at least a little something about the Snow White press tour.
That's
Caitlin was a longtime fan casting for Ellie. Yeah, she looks a lot like her. Jay's favorite travel vlogger is Adam the Pooh.
I think you're thinking of Adam the Woo. I do like Adam the Woo, though.
Maximus BT, are you retarded? I mean, I talked for about fucking 3 minutes straight with nobody seeing what I was sharing, so yeah. Did you guys see Rachel Zangief at the carpet at the Oscars? What the fuck were those faces she was making? Chris Gore, #1, happy family, USA. I reacted to the trailer yesterday on my stream, Chris. I think they watched it yesterday here on the show. It looks so fucking awful. I'm sure you saw that, Jay. The Muslim family in the aftermath of 9/11.
No.
New cartoon coming out on Amazon.
I'll pass.
There you go. Jeremy's reaction to that, I think, is over on Geeks and Gamers 2 that you guys can go check out.
How inspiring.
Joshua Henderson for 5. No offense to Bella Ramsey, but she looks nothing like Ellie. Yeah. The fact that Caitlin Denver looks more like Ellie is a missed mark on the casting. I'm not like, obviously I've said some pretty brutal shit about her face and how she looks. And it's just part of the reality, right?
Yeah. You don't have a picture of her to show the rest of the class?
Sure.
Honestly, I just wanted Ryan to share something so I could see some more boobies. Let's be honest. The face only a mother could love.
Yeah, let's see if I can find a
good one.
I'm just gonna go through some of these pictures. I looked up Bella Ramsey ugly, actually, which is pretty fucked up. But I'm gonna get a couple of these pictures up so I can show you.
That's good.
That up. Put that up.
The chat is like roasting.
Roasting who?
The actress or her whatever Bella, I don't know.
All right, here we go.
It does look like I have downs, but I don't have downs. All right, hold on. Let me play this real quick. Oh, sorry. Wait. We're both clicking it. I'm not going to touch it. All right. There we go.
There we go.
No, it's still not up. Oh, wait a minute. I'm a little behind. No, it's still not up. What the freak, man? You mean I got to go and play something else?
Should I do it?
Did that work? Do you have to have something with sound? It's not up. It's not showing.
Should I do it?
Do not come.
I'm gonna do it.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come. Oh.
All right, yeah, it worked. Just for that little second of sound, it kicked over.
All right, does work. All right. This is Bella Ramsey right here.
Yeah. It's just
Oh. At least it makes more sense now that she's a lesbian if she actually looked like this. Like there's that element to it.
why does it look like a thumb with eyes or something? I don't know. Man, that's rough.
She worked great in Game of Thrones, right? There's a bunch of weird looking people in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Like the fact they had her kill the ice troll is gay and stupid, but like, yeah, there's a bunch of fucking problems and a bunch of inbreeding and shit like that in Game of Thrones. You know, makes sense to have somebody that looks fucked up, but not as Ellie. Darth Manic, not Maniac. Jeremy gets it right. Talk notes, Ryan. Thank you, Sawdust Dick, Darth Manic. Larry, Jay opens doors for cats and trips Winnie the Pooh. Ryan is blunt, to say the least. Jeremy loves Trump. Krista is my second favorite Canadian, 199. Who's your first favorite, Larry? Take her for 2, Anakin. I hate sand. It reminds me of my soft cock. Thank you. Makes sense that she's gay, so the cure never reproduces and spreads as a genetic trait.
This morning,
the DLC to know that Ellie was gay as a child too.
This morning on my live stream, like people found out that I visited China like 8 times. You know, it's never been a secret. But like the second time I was there, I actually did go to Wuhan. So everyone was like, Jade's created COVID-19. It was freaking funny. So
maybe we finally figured it out.
Yeah.
John Papasario for 5. She looks like a square-headed Cabbage Patch doll. Aaron, she looks like she has fetal alcohol syndrome. And again, it's just like, I'm not saying there's not like roles that are out there for her. I'm just saying she doesn't look like Ellie.
Yeah.
Like she does not. She's a terrible casting for the character of Ellie. It doesn't really make any sense.
I agree.
Unless you really want to emphasize why she might be a lesbian. No other options.
Well, she made it very clear that she's like the first non-binary actor. Like every time they introduced her for the show, it was, it was her sexual preference. So,
Tommy Doyle. Did you guys see the leaked trailer for CW Powerpuff Girls? Thanks for the laughs on Cobra Cast. I'll be going to Comic-Con on Saturday. Can't wait. Tommy, we did, and we're going to play it at the end because we are not 100% sure exactly what the copyright stuff is on that because it was leaked. It's still up on YouTube right now, but no guarantees. So if we're going to do it,
that taken down.
We want to do it at the very end. It's fucking awful.
Keenan called me Wuhan J. Wow.
Wuhan J. That's right.
It's a beautiful place, though.
I bet it was. But all right, let's usually we're smooth transitions here.
Let's
We're
see.
not going to do that right now.
I'm not gonna.
We do a little trolling. It's called we do a little trolling.
So far, so let's wait. All right, the clip is being played because I'm behind, and we're up. Good, there we go. It's working.
It's working. Good. You know what's not working very well, Jay, is the PR strategy for Disney's Snow White. Rachel Zegler has been an unmitigated disaster for Disney for the past 2 years, ever since she decided that she was going to shit all over the original, put her foot directly in her mouth time and time again, even just a few months ago saying, if you vote for Trump, I don't want you coming to my movies. Well, things have changed since then. They've tried to show that we really paid respect to the character in the new bastardized Snow White movie. We promise, guys, despite everything that we said. Rachel Zegler went out there and said all the backlash, I just really view it as passion for the character, despite the fact that she was saying exactly the opposite just a few months ago. And now as the box office predictions continue to plunge, and the little appearance that she had with Gal Gadot at the Oscars only seemed to heighten people's criticism of the fact that it's pretty clear these two can't stand each other. Jay, you predicted a while ago that you thought the PR tour was going to be interesting, and you didn't think that they'd let Rachel Zegler appear with Gal Gadot. And now we're starting to hear about interesting things from behind the scenes for their strategy going into these premieres. Disney scraps plans for Snow White UK premiere in an attempt to avoid anti-woke backlash to the controversial adaptation. As one of the most anticipated and expensive films of the year, it would only be right for Disney to roll out the red carpet for its forthcoming Snow White. But the Mail can reveal bosses are refusing to hold a star-studded premiere in the UK for the movie over fears of backlash over, quote, woking it up. What would usually be a big Leicester Square event full of lights and cameras for a $212 million live-action remake. By the way, that number, which is about $270 million United States money, that was what was spent on the movie through the end of 2023, not including reshoots, not including post-production. So it's well over $300 million. It's not even close. Instead, there will be no celebration on British soil where they filmed the movie in an attempt to avoid anti-woke backlash. Instead, there will be a handful of tightly controlled press events. An insider told the Mail, Disney are already anticipating an anti-woke backlash against Snow White and have reduced the media schedule to just a handful of tightly controlled press events. That's why they've taken the highly unusual step not to host a London premiere for the film and are minimizing the amount of press questions that Rachel Zegler gets. Now, I imagine they'll still have an LA premiere or whatever they decide to do in Hollywood. But, you know, you predicted, Jay, that these two are not going to appear together in press meetings, like in PR, interviews and things like that.
I stand by it.
You still stand by that and think that's going to be the case?
Well, she's already started. I don't know if you saw that Rachel was in Tokyo by herself. Did you see that? Starting the press tour. So she was in Tokyo. She sang a song or two. She did the carpet walk, whatever you want to call it. And but she was by herself. There's no evil queen anywhere to be found. So that's in Tokyo. So it makes me wonder if they're just going to move her around, give her a couple softball questions here and there, and that's going to be the end of it. Looks like they already canceled another. I don't know if like the red carpet premieres actually make people want to see the film. I guess it's supposed to draw some kind of excitement. Maybe it did years ago. Honestly, now I could care less. But I just know that some young reporter out there, if they were to allow it, if they had those two together answering questions, someone would bring up the disconnect. Someone would bring up probably her How do you feel that she's pro-Palestine and you're pro-Israel? Like, how do you feel about
girl
that?
nerds will be like, Rachel, how is it working with someone who supports genocide?
Yeah.
You know, like there will be
Yep.
a question like that out there. But also, I will say this: if these people are given directives not to bring those things up, the people that do have access, the people that do get credentialed for these things or get those opportunities, they will not ask those questions.
That's correct.
Because they know if they do that, they'll get kicked off the list and never get access again, which is how Disney helps control the narrative with the press.
They're going to ask questions like, is this the gayest Snow White ever? And she'll probably say yes. That's probably what they'll ask. Those type of things. But we'll see. So far, I'm correct. If they do an LA premiere, I have a feeling like Rachel would either or Gal will show up first with her little entourage and walk in and say, "Oh, it's great," and then Rachel will come in later. I think the Oscars is the only. It looks so awkward having them together, walking out together, all that stuff. Yeah, Teebs in the chat, I quoted you. Just so awkward of them walking out together. I'm sure the PR people are like, "Oh my God, they look terrible standing next to each other. They won't even look at each other in the eye. They won't even do little funny jokes as other presenters do when they come out together." And as soon as they announced it, they quickly rushed off the stage. That was it.
It'll be like the opposite of the Wicked PR, where they were just like couldn't stop talking about how much they loved each other, and it was weird.
Touching each other weirdly.
Yeah, it was like weird.
Like she put out her
this
finger.
One's gonna be the opposite.
They were like holding each other's finger. It was very weird. Like during that. Brian, let me ask you this question. Can I ask you this? You might have to play something if it doesn't show. Can I share something?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. I found this. All right, let me see if we're sharing. Way I'm a little bit behind on the live stream. So weird. I gotta say that every time. And it's shared. All right, look, I came through.
Oh man, it was absolutely amazing.
So this, oh man, I messed up. There we go. This was the Hollywood Handle on February 7th, which said that it's looking to earn 70 million. And then it said the film has a budget of over 250 million here. Just 2 days ago, they tweeted out this. Snow White is on track to earn a solid 53 million, but the film has a $200 million budget. So do you think someone over there on Disney is leaking smaller numbers so that could get thrown out there so it doesn't look so bad when this thing bombs? Because like 53, 200 million, as in before, where it was like over 250, or are they just getting weird numbers from, different?
So the Hollywood Handle's literally just reposting headlines that are coming from, they put both their sources there. So that is a report from Deadline, and my guess is in the Deadline article, they had the budget at over $250 million. And then a month later, they're doing that most recent Hollywood Reporter article, which I was actually just sharing. And in that Hollywood Reporter article, this is the one that says the film's budget is over $200 million.
Yeah.
Which we kind of talked about the other day. So Hollywood Handle's just repeating whichever mainstream talking point is putting out. I don't remember the Deadline article from a month ago and what they said, but if they quoted it, that's probably what it had. We will not know what the official budget was for this movie, probably for another year or two when they're forced to file those tax returns with the UK government. But the Little Mermaid movie was supposedly $250 million budget. As we know, that exploded over $300 million. Snow White's probably going to be more.
I also love speaking on this split. You mentioned something in your video yesterday that I watched that I didn't know, was that apparently Rachel is sharing photo cropped pictures of her as Snow White, where they removed the evil queen, and that's what she's sharing on her Instagram. She doesn't
Yeah.
even want to put Gail on her Instagram whatsoever. So
Gal.
she's waiting for fans to Photoshop the evil queen out of the posters, and then she's sharing them. That is insanity, dude. That is a PR nightmare, brother. Like, there's no way, man. What did I say? Gal? What? Gal Gadot. That's what I'm gonna call her from now on.
It's Gal Gadot.
I know.
That's what it is.
Gail Gadot.
We
How
had a
about that
whole
one?
fucking section on this where I told you pronounce it Gal Gadot
I know.
with a hard T at the end. Gal Gadot.
As soon as I realized I made the mistake. Look, but it's better than this. I don't know why this made me laugh. Listening to you pronounce. That's pretty funny. But we're trying to be serious here. So yes, Gal Gadot. How's that?
With the T on the end.
Gal Gadot.
There you go.
There you go. I'm learning. Gal Gadot.
Correct.
She wants every picture with Gal Gadot erased. Then she shares it on her Instagram. That is crazy.
Yeah, and these fan sites, the ones that removed Gal Gadot from the imagery, removed the evil queen from the Snow White poster, they were very excited when Rachel Zegler reposted their fan art. So, where were we? We said that. Darth Manic, keep my sawdust out of your mouth. You put it in a super chat. Waffle for 15 shekels. Gal Gadot. The T is not silent, and it's Gal Gadot, not Gal Gadot. It's Gal Gadot. It's Gal Gadot. That's what it fucking is. Even if you're fucking Israeli, it's not Gadot, it's Gadot. That's how Gal Gadot has said her name herself multiple times. It's basically Godot with a T on the end. Gadot. But thank you for your shekels. Where the fuck did I go? I lost everything. Here we go. Make sure we're caught up over on this side. Yes, we're caught up on Rumble. We have a $20 tip over on the local side from Grab Thar's Hammer. Says, have a couple dozen eggs on me. How do you like yours? That's about, yeah, $20 would buy me a couple dozen. That's about it. So thank you, Grab Thar's Hammer, for the 20.
I'm a scramble with cheese kind of guy. Cheddar.
I typically am too. If I go to a restaurant and order eggs, I almost always get them scrambled. I will do like I don't even know what I would fucking call it. Over medium or something.
I don't like it
know.
runny.
Sometimes I'll do that
like
if I'm going to put it on a burger. That's about the only time I make an egg that way is when I'm going to put it on a burger.
Yeah, I agree. Some people like it really runny. It's not for me.
Blue-eyed Scorpio, Gal Gadot, don't yell at us, Ryan.
Clever.
One of your most clever puns yet, Blue-eyed Scorpio.
Very clever.
One of your most clever puns yet. A Money Wilson for $1. Lando Calrissian. It's Han, not Han. That was interesting, I guess, there. Ryan, is Thuney going to keep Williams off the ground? The Bears in about 24 hours, plugged 2 holes in the middle of that line. So, I mean, I think it's a good pickup. He's only got 1 year left on his contract. They only gave up like a 6th rounder, maybe a 4th rounder for him. I don't know. It's Pro Bowler. They still need to solidify that center position. And if their tackles stay healthy, they can be good if they stay healthy. But I think it's definitely an improvement already. For sure.
And all I have to say is that the Dolphins will probably still suck. Thank you.
Cosmic says, I've never even heard of over medium. But they got over easy, over medium, over hard. Like those are ways you can order your eggs. Right, Jay?
Scrambled, man. Just keep it easy.
What do I do? What do you do if you make scrambled eggs in the morning? How do you make them?
2 eggs. Put a big clump of butter in a skillet, and then a big thick slice of cheddar cheese. Mix it until it bubbles up, and then flip it once, and then I'm good to go. Usually either have grits or 2 slices of toast. That's usually where we're at.
There you go.
That's it, man. Same thing I've had for like 25 years, man. Nothing very simple.
Yeah. I spray the pan down with freaking like
Pam
or like canola spray or whatever the fuck it is. I put some spinach in there. I put some diced peppers in there, cook those up a little bit. Sometimes I'll throw in a little like a touch of garlic sometimes. Usually I use 2 or 3 eggs and then some egg whites. Mix that shit up, salt and pepper in there, put that in, start making that.
See, that's too much work for me. It's just
it's a lot. It is a lot more work than yours. There's no doubt about that. While the eggs are cooking, sprinkle some shredded cheese on there. I usually like the shredded Mexican cheese
fancy.
or the shredded shredded cheddar, whatever it is. Just a little bit on there to give it a little bit of cheese. And then right before it's done cooking, I take some cooked bacon that I've already made, chop up like 1 or 2 slices of
Holy
that,
crap, dude.
Mix that in there. Then I get that. And I either dump it on a plate and put some hot sauce on it, or put it in a tortilla, eat it like a taco.
That sounds good, but it just sounds like a lot of work. I get instant grits, 1 cup of water in a bowl, put it in the microwave for 2 minutes. They're ready to go. The eggs are done. Just slide them in the bowl.
It's not an omelet, though. I scramble the eggs up.
Yeah.
If I was doing an omelet, I would cook all that shit first. And I have done that plenty of times, to be honest. I cook all that shit first, put it aside for a second, get a clean pan or make sure to wipe that one down, put the eggs in, leave it on one side, let that cook for a second till it starts to solidify, put the other stuff in the middle, then flip it over. I do make omelets from time to time, but not very often.
Some people don't like grits in the chat. That's okay. They're not for everybody. It's like poor man's food, growing up poor.
Have you seen the Chad music for the Shrek 5 trailer? I have not, because there's not even comments on that trailer, is there? So no, I haven't seen it yet, Shadow Lion. Elite Neo for 5. If your eggs aren't at least runny enough to dunk your toast in them, you did it wrong. Nah. I'll take like runny yolk when I have it on, again, like on a fucking hamburger or something, but that's about it. CW keeps doing CW things. Garbage as usual. It is canceled. It's already been canceled. So Smegheads, poor Donald. Never got any good roles since Scrubs. This is so cringe. Kids watch Twitch streamer now. What was the audience? 5 millennial women? I don't know. That trailer making a strong case for medically assisted suicide, says Emilio. Stewie Felt. She went from Quake to Blossom. Poor Daisy Johnson. Looks rough. Powerpuff Girls CW. Sofa King garbage. Pretty fucking bad. Live action Powerpuff Girls complete nightmare, says A Money Wilson. As far as I know, that's an actual trailer that they had put together.
Crazy.
It's pretty
well.
wild.
Now, I mean, we can clearly see why they didn't release the show if that's the case. Crazy, man.
But Jay, I think that's about it for us. What do you got going on today, man?
Heading to the parks, man. More park hopping stuff. Got a lot of good videos that we just released. And Universal's getting ready to celebrate Jaws' 50th anniversary with some cool stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. So good stuff. That's where I'm heading. It's a nice day out, so I'm going to enjoy it. A windy 60 degrees here in Orlando, Florida.
Nice. Hopefully it doesn't storm like yesterday.
No. Yeah, that was awful.
All right. Well, that's it for us. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Locals, Rumble, YouTube, wherever you watch. Oh, shout out to Meta PCs. Big shout out to them. If you're looking for a new PC, laptop, whatever it is, go check out the description below. Use code 199 for a discount. And we will talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.